Now we are talking about 11 very strange, spooky coincidences that occur in your life day to day. And let's go over without wasting any more time. So the first one is finding a link with someone you met recently. Suppose you have gone to a place, which is really far away from your place, and there you meet a person who is absolutely stranger to you. As you begin to talk, but there is a connection that occurs, or that person tells you you are actually far and distant relative of him. Okay, and he establishes one relationship with you. This is really strange. You never expected this person in there, and you could not really plan it out also. On number 2 is the simultaneous occurrences of events that are happening at the same time, and you are really worried, like, sometimes things do happen, and those events which could not be planned, like you are bumping into somebody almost every day, and that's really happening out of no planning at all. And at number 3 is repetition of very similar events. Some of the things just happen before you, like somebody stumbled upon a stone, or somebody just fallen, and you could really, somewhere you had this hunch in your mind that these things are really going to happen, and happened there. So that is number 3. And number 4 is uh, meeting someone you know in an unlikely place. Suppose you travel to Australia from Britain, or from New York to Australia, Sydney, and that's where you do not expect your milkman to be there. Okay, but suddenly you discover someday that your milkman is also in the same place, and you can see him. Or that is the unlikely, basically, that you would find your milkman there. Okay, number 4 is spooky events of matching dates. Some of the dates are really matching. Suppose your name is John, and you meet another John in some other place, and later on you came to know both of you do have the same date of birth, same time of birth, and place is only different. And as you go on exploring these events, you explore that both of you are married on the same date. Okay, and that's really very strange thing that is happening. Number 6 is matching a name. Okay, you find somebody, somebody you meet, and that person starts talking about his background, about his family background, and that person tells you the mother's and father's name of him, and you find that those two names are matching to your mother's and father's also. This is also a very strange and spooky coincidence that really happens sometimes in the somebody in the life. Finding link with an object is on number 7. Okay, you sold your car just, 4 or 5 years back, and in your company you really got a new boss, and you went to meet him at his place, and there in his garage you find your old car. Okay, and then you ask your boss, like, how this car reached to him. So he actually tells you he has purchased this car just 4 days back. Okay, and that's how, so everything got planned in advance by universe for you, and you really, these are very spooky and very much strange coincidences, and that was number 7. Numbers 8 is matching a number. Suppose there is a number which is circling in your mind, say number 8 or number 7 or 8, that is basically circling in your mind, and your mind is thinking of that number almost all the time, and you think of that is just a normal occurring, but next day as you wake up you find that somebody won a lottery and the last number was 8, or that was the number that was circling in your mind. Somehow your mind could perceive those things much before in time, and that is also very spooky coincidence. Number 9 on our list is parallel stories with multiple matches. Okay, suppose you and your sister go to a different place, and both of you start living a different lives, and suddenly there are certain events that are occurring at the same time with you and your sister, and that's really really spooky, and these things also happen. On number 10 in our list is an object reappearing somewhere. Okay, you could really not find, and suppose you had purchased one ring, or say diamond ring or golden ring, and that you lost somehow, and suddenly at one bus stop you are waiting for your bus to come, and there is a man who actually rushes to bus and rides the bus just before your eyes, and in his hand or in his fingers you see your golden ring, okay, or your diamond ring. Before you could catch up the glimpse of that person, that bus has really gone away and sped away. Okay, that's how these things also do happen. That is on number 10. Number 11 is matching the music. Okay, suddenly sometimes you find that, okay, certain things are happening, certain songs are really playing in your mind, and you do not know, some of these songs are really going in your head, and one particular song is coming to your head again and again and again, and suddenly you wake up in the morning and you go to pick up something, and that's on radio, the same song is playing there. Okay, so these were the 11 strange spooky coincidences that occur in your life. In my life, I would say the finding link with some of these have really occurred, like finding a link with someone, and simultaneous events also occurred. Repetition of similar events also occurred in my life, and meeting someone in unlikely place, that also occurred, and finding a link with one object, that also occurred, and matching a number also occurred, and this matching music next day, and suddenly I find that song is playing everywhere, that has also occurred. Okay, so these are a few of the things that occurred in your life. And if we talk about the research, the finding a link with someone you meet is on the top of the list. Okay, that came from the study, and that's really something you will really find, that okay, certain things are matching, and this is the one event that occurs with almost everybody. Are we planning? Are we foreseeing the future, or these are just coincidences or some occurrences? Like I bumped into a person uh, on a single day 8 times, and 8 different places. Once in market, another time in mall, another time in one cinema hall, and 8 times to that person, and same way I did not know that person, and that's how. And I was really spooked, I was really surprised and shocked to see these events. Okay, so thank you for watching, and please subscribe my channel. Thank you, thanks a lot.